everybody. Welcome to another segment of Smarterfan podcast, where we bring you behind the veil of sports, business, and life. I'm Joe. And this is Barry. How you doing, Barry?
Doing well, Joe. Doing well. It's a little nippy out there. We're almost at the midway of the NFL season.
Mm-hmm.
Lots going on in the sports world. Magic Johnson was strutting through New York wearing his Dodgers memorabilia jacket.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
a lot going on, my friend.
Yes, there is. And I want to take my assessment of the World Series. Okay. Three words: embarrassing, disgraceful, disgusting. Okay. Now that I got that out of my system,
Yeah.
the
Don't hold back,
Dodgers,
Joe. Don't hold back. Don't hold back.
the Dodgers did their homework. You know, their scouting report stated that the Yankees were talented, but fundamentally flawed. Okay. And their strategy was put the ball in play, run the bases hard, and they'll shoot themselves in the foot. And they did not disappoint. Okay. The worst base running team in the league. And evidently, as proven by how the season went, there's no accountability. The
Yeah.
coaching is not holding anybody accountable, and they're just, you know, they're just lacking the fundamentals. And it was evident all year long because of this. They kept making the same dumb mistakes over and over again. So that's on the manager and the coaching, in my opinion. Okay.
You're absolutely right.
So now, Gerrit Cole, he opted out of his contract. He had an opt out. So,
Mm-hmm.
but what the Yankees did was they both sat down and they decided they're not going to add the fifth year and they're not going to give him the 36 million, but that was agreed in the opt out. So they're going to talk about an extension at a later date. So he's back in the fold. So he's the only good pitcher we got. Now,
Mm.
Soto, on the other hand, right after game 5, he said, "Show me the money." Okay.
Mm.
So now 11 teams have already inquired about him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there, some of those teams were the Mets, the Dodgers, the Giants, and the Phillies, along with, the
Mm-hmm.
Yankees. They're in the mix, but we'll see how far that goes because I think the owner of the Mets has the deepest pockets. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the reasons I was wondering why they never got Freddie Freeman, and some of the reasons they say were that the Yankees couldn't agree on a figure with him. He's saying the Yankees never made him an offer.
Yeah.
So who
So
knows? Who knows what happened there? We'll never know. But it was,
mm-hmm.
imagine if they would have had him.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on with Saquon, man? I saw him do some amazing things.
Oh man, bruh, let me tell you something. They end up 500 or less, heads will roll, but they really can't afford any heads to roll because those are the dice they that's the bed they made.
Mm,
But they're gonna if they don't, they're gonna have to do something symbolic,
mm,
right, to cover up what I call is lazy coaching.
mm.
I don't know how the quarterback you got, you're not sure if he's that guy, but you got to pay him. So you paid him over and above the guy who's been covering your team for
Mm-hmm.
4 years.
Yeah.
The kid been carrying it's the classic. I was telling people, oh, Barry, what are you talking about? He's hurt. Running backs are not valued, blah, blah, blah. I said, do you understand the Giants don't have a passer and they don't have any receivers? So even
Nope.
if he was a passer, he ain't got nobody to pass to. Then he's got an offensive line who can block.
Yep.
The safest and most productive thing they have is the threat of Saquon out of the backfield. Now, the kid came in, carried you, unfortunately got hurt because he's carrying you, right?
Mm-hmm.
comes back earlier than he should, re-hurts himself,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to take care of him. But he's been your offense for 4 years. So that means your front office has failed for 4 years. Your draft picks have failed for 4 years because you got nothing. You got nothing. And you're on your third or fourth coach. So the only brightness you have, and this is what I told somebody today. So that couple million you could have paid, you wouldn't even felt.
Yeah.
But now he's with your rival, who, if they continue, probably could be in the Super Bowl. Because now you think about forget about it. You got to think about they got the receiver, they have the quarterback, and now they have Saquan. But the problem is Jalen Hurts can run the ball.
Yeah.
He's a problem.
Yeah.
He's a problem, right? So you got to worry about that. You see what I'm saying? So again, they're like, oh my goodness. And I said, hey, they it didn't make any sense when I saw it on Hard Knocks. It's like, this doesn't make any sense. You're not fully committed to this guy as a quarterback, but you're the best player on your offense you don't want to pay. So what are you going to do? And you're saying it out of your own mouth. We may need to go get another quarterback. So you might as well pay your guy. It ain't like Aaron's short on money.
That's for damn sure.
And this is what ruins franchises.
Well,
this is what ruins franchises.
I'm going to piggyback on that, okay? The Cowboys, okay?
Oh, Lord.
Jerry Jones had the nerve to come out of his mouth and say, oh, I'm surprised we have a losing record, And then he says in the last few days, he says, all is not lost. We're going to make some changes, come the trade deadline, So now Zeke was disciplined for missing meetings, so he didn't play in the Falcons game. Dak is hurt now with a hamstring and his throwing hand he hurt. CD's CD hurt his shoulder in that game. The defense has fallen off a cliff, and that's with Parsons and D-Law in the lineup.
Because they don't have any coaching.
Exactly. And the only thing that's standing between the Cowboys and the cellar are the Giants. So, now the Commanders, they've got new ownership. They're leading the NFC East. They got a great coaching staff, great draft pick quarterback. And now players have privately stated to their agents that they want to be traded to the Commanders.
Absolutely.
So that's
they're on the ascent.
Exactly. That's the vibe they're giving off. So, as it stands now, the Commanders are looking at, up getting another corner and another receiver. So this could serve them well when free agency comes around, that everybody wants to come there,
Yeah, people who fit their culture, fit what they want, fit what they, you want to get the right people in the building, and they can go far. They can go far.
So
Dan Quinn's a player's coach.
Yes, he is.
He's a player's coach.
Now,
he's a straight shooter. He's a player's coach, and players like a certain kind of player likes to play under that.
Now, on a sad note, one William Dub Jones passed away this past, weekend. And he was part of the Browns dynasty in the 40s and the 50s.
Okay.
And he was the second player in NFL history to score 6 touchdowns in a game.
Wow.
That's behind Ernie Nevers, he was the first one that did it, followed by Gale Sayers and Alvin Kamara. He was the last one to do it.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
So, and his son, Burt Jones, played 10 years for the Colts.
Oh, that's his father?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So he passed away at the young age of 99.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, so what's going on with Bronny?
Man, I don't know. Um, I look at Bronny. I, I don't get a sense of. I don't know. I don't see no energy. I'm like looking at it. You get an open jump shot. You're not making that.
Mm,
You could drive to the rim. I'm not seeing any defense that is NBA worthy. And so I'm just kind of sitting in the cut going, I mean, I ain't expecting you to come out there and beat Derrick Rose, but but the position you're playing, the way you're playing, it doesn't even look like you practice, bro.
yeah.
Like it doesn't. I don't, and I'm trying to hold my judgment. I'm not expecting him to be his dad, but if you're gonna play that position you're playing, either you got to decide to be this.
Mm,
Either I'm gonna be a Steve Kerr, John Paxson type guard, or I'm going to be a real guard,
mm,
right? And I
yeah.
think you know what I mean. That means you're going to put Westbrook. You're going up against I Kyrie Irving's. You're going up Ant
Yeah.
Man, and it's like, bruh, it's just I just don't see the energy. I think that's
Yeah.
what's bothering me. It's just kind of like, bruh, where's your energy? You
Well,
know what I'm saying? I
well, a
mean,
lot of
it's not
people are
like you're a
saying he shouldn't even be there. It's just because of his father that he's there.
and that's what's really kind of sad, because
Mm-hmm.
um, then what's the point if you're not going to work hard? Like your dad opens the door, because I'm serious. I'm looking at him and I'm like, you look worse than you were looked at USC at USC.
Mm, yeah.
I'm not seeing any energy. I'm not seeing anything, and maybe my expectation is too high because of the position he plays. But I don't see it. I don't. He needs some more seasoning.
Yes, he
And
does.
it's just
Yeah.
it is what it is, because it's really about the money and the marketing and the eyeballs and what it does for the NBA.
Mm,
But I'm like, bruh, can you give me some more energy? It don't
yeah.
even look like you practice, bro. I mean, the other night, it's like, bro, how do you miss a wide open jumper? And if you're not gonna, you got to have something. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
You got a 10, 15, 25-foot jump shot. You got to develop that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have anything else to do, bro. This is your job. Get in the gym 3 times a day and develop a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be on the floor and do nothing as a guard. It's not like you're a 3 or a 4 and you can hide. You can't hide.
Nope.
You're a 1
Nope.
or maybe a 2.
That's for sure. Well,
I
speak.
don't know. I hope it works out for him.
Yeah. Well,
But
speaking of basketball, the WNBA has gone through a bunch of coaching changes.
oh
Okay.
yeah,
So, I mean, the Chicago Sky fired Teresa Witherspoon.
yeah, she was over her head.
Yeah. And former Aces assistant Tyler Marsh is going to take that job. Okay. Now, this one surprised me. The Connecticut Sun and Stephanie White, they couldn't, I guess they couldn't come to terms. So they
Mm-hmm.
parted ways. And now
Mm-hmm.
she's going to coach the Indiana Fever,
Ooh. Okay.
you know, and who they fired Christy Sides.
Yeah.
So,
Who wasn't very bright.
mm,
You know. But it happens in the NBA too. I mean, when Magic did his thing, he had to go through a couple coaches to get to Riley.
mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
one coach wanted to make it 1950 after because I guess he was a little jealous that, hey, Magic came in and won a championship first time out, and it really
Mm-hmm.
had nothing to do with the coaching. So the coach tried to put a kibosh on him, and he went upstairs and talked to Mr. Buss, and Mr. Buss said, "Oh, really?" And he was
Yeah,
out of there.
that's right. That's right. So the Mystics fired Eric Thibault. you know, the Dallas Wings fired Latricia Tramble,
Mm.
and the Atlanta Dream fired Tanisha Wright. So lot of movement going on there. A lot of movement in coaching.
Well,
Now,
yeah.
so now Pat Mahomes, he's lobbying for them to bring a WNBA team to KC.
Makes sense.
So because he feels that since the women's soccer team is very popular in KC,
Mm-hmm.
so he's lobbying for them to the WNBA to bring a franchise to KC. Now,
Yeah.
the league is they're expanding, to Golden State, Portland, and Toronto,
Mm-hmm.
and the commissioner wants to add another team in 28, and KC, Philly, and St. Louis could be in the mix for that one.
Well, if you want me to explain the money, I can.
Well, go ahead.
No, if you don't want me to, I won't. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
No, because the KC's got to pay him a whole bunch of money again. So he's got to pour that money into an asset. So, because he wins another because of his age and the up, and he's he'll probably, all things working well, he could walk out of here with $1 billion.
Oh yeah,
because if he gets 3 more, he gets 1 more. Now he's in the record books as the only quarterback who's ever three-peated, right?
Yeah.
So they got to pay him a ton of money, and I think he's due up anyway. So you got to, what are you gonna do? So he's like, I need another asset to pour this money into.
Yeah,
that'll make me money. So Midwest is a great place to play, to put a team. It's a great place. He's part owner of the Royals. He plays for KC. It would only behoove him to be a owner of a basketball team as well.
Yeah,
and
why
just
not?
dump that money right over there. He don't need it.
There you go.
And live off the asset.
Okay. Now, on the heels of his Hall of Fame induction, Vince Carter,
insanity,
on a emotionally filled night in Toronto, had his jersey and his number retired.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Yes. So that's the first number that's been retired in Toronto. I mean,
amazing.
He played forever, so but
that's a testament to him taking care of his body.
Exactly.
I mean, he didn't limp and just collect checks. He was a problem.
Yes, he was. So congratulations to Mr. Carter on that, having his special night in Toronto. So what's going on? You were comparing the Dodgers or Yankees franchises?
Well, I just wanted to bring this out in light of what happened, that people don't think about enough of why somebody was saying, why are the Dodgers and Yankees so prolific in, going to World Series? I said it because it's from the front office. It's in the DNA. And so when it's in the DNA like that, you end up on that track. You recruit the coaching, the players. It's part of your DNA. And, you just be really surprised that, like I'm going to talk about a little later, a lot of people really, Isaiah said it best when he got to the Pistons. There were guys there for the salary. There were the guys there just because they could play and make some money. But there were very few who were really committed to being champions.
Yes.
It's a different mindset. And I've watched a number of podcasts where people are talking, former players are talking about, I played with so many guys who just really didn't even have the heart for it. They just were good at it. They did it. They made money, but they weren't really interested in being elite.
No, it's just a paycheck.
Just a paycheck. So Isaiah was very skillful in getting people out of the house that weren't about championships.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I heard some ridiculous person say on a podcast, Larry Bird couldn't do much in this era of basketball.
Oh, he'd have these
And
guys for lunch.
Byron Davis like looked at the dude like, "Are you retarded? Like, do you understand? He's 6'10". He's 6'10", and the guy just. But again, I could tell that this guy, though he played in the NBA, was not elite and not understanding that. And then he said, Carl Anthony Thomas could stop Larry Bird. I was like, first of all, Carl Anthony Thomas couldn't even stop himself. I just watch him play against anybody like Cousins. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. Now, I said, Larry would score 60 with his left hand in the first half, and then with his right hand, the rest of the points.
See, what these guys don't understand is that Bird came from a rough and tumble era. Okay?
That's what they don't understand.
So in this era, if he played in this era, he would have these guys for lunch because they wouldn't be able to touch him like he got beat up back then.
Yeah. I mean, because you think about what you just said. That's what Bird getting beat up. And people couldn't stop him.
Yeah.
So this soft sourdough league you got now, man, listen.
he'd be dropping bombs on you all day.
All day. Is this
and
the
talking,
3-point
and
competition?
Talking smack to you at the same time.
And talking it to you. Oh, giving you the business.
Yeah.
I'm like, these guys are funny to me, man. I'm like, some of these guys, it's like, you have no clue. No wonder you're out of the league. You have no clue. I'm like, and what cracks me up is these guys act like that era of basketball was inferior to what they are today. And I'm like, how do you compute that? Oh, they're more skillful. Where? I'm still trying to find it. All y'all do is shoot threes.
That's it.
No one goes to the rack.
Nope. Nobody.
All y'all do is shoot threes.
Nobody.
You don't play no defense.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, where is this? Y'all so superior coming from? So anyway, yeah.
So what's going on with CU?
Well, CU, man, it's a big game this week. Texas Tech, Kansas lost, Iowa beat up somebody. So it really helps put CU in a good position. But, as it is, you got to take it. You got to take it. Nobody going to give you anything. So they got to go and beat up on Texas Tech. And they just got to take it one game at a time, one play at a time, one round at a time. And they do that, they'll be where they want to be. And so, it's exciting what's going on in Colorado, and what they're doing there. And it's going to be very, very interesting. A lot of people are backtracking. They backpedaling like Darryl Green. But they don't know Coach Prime keeps receipts.
Yes, he does. Yes, he
keeps
does.
Receipts. So yeah, that's what's going on at CU, my friend.
Well, it sounds like they're on their way, and we'll have to take this up next week.
Yeah, we got some exciting. Stay close, family. We got some exciting interviews coming up to wrap the year up, and a lot of great stuff coming. So stay tuned, as we say on Smarterfan podcast. Stay in the game. See you next week.
That's right. Have a good night.
Good night now. Bye-bye.
Smarterfan. Smarterfan. Yeah.